What is the objectives? What is the aims? Purpose? Needs? Outcome? What is it that this speaker is trying to gain from projecting words outwardly? Well, the first thing you have to understand is there is no speaker. There is no me, no I. I exists, but not this body I. This body is a vessel. Something exists within this body that is not what it appears to be as a personal, singular thing or nothing. I is the tower, that phallic tower that stretches. It's not there, 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 or there. It is a tower that stretches everywhere. It is shaped like an eye. So therefore, the mind says, well, it must have boundaries. It must be surrounded by something different from the tower of I that is truth. That what surrounds this phallic tower is consciousness, its own consciousness, is beaming out that unconditional love, that unconditional light that surrounds its own tower, its very own sexual act. So right in the core of consciousness, in the core of everything, in the core of light, because only consciousness exists, is the tower of I. What dwells in I? Is there a dweller? Is there a thing, a no thing? Is there a God? Is the core of life, which states in the Bible, does it begin with a God? It begins with a birth. It begins with a source. It begins with a sensation. It begins with an explosion. Therefore, all the theories about Big Bangs are totally plausible. All the theories about a God, totally plausible. All the theories about life starting at a particular point, totally plausible. But through our existing time in a body, whoever we are, whatever we are, up until you're called up, you're not living your life efficiently for the complete purpose. You're not using this body for the right reasons. The body is not solely to find out the tower of I from where you're looking from. It is the removal of the thoughts and the ideas that you think that you're looking from this body, that you are this minuscule I, this minuscule me. With these thoughts in mind, you will go through life experiencing and waiting for a death that may never come. The body may experience a transcending loss of color, a loss of breath, whatever the names that mind gives it to this process of dying. But it's not about the body dying. It is about that life in between that we think we only have. That's all we have. One moment, one infinite moment, stretched out into light moments. From an apparent beginning, when mum smacked, to the moment of last breath. first breath to last breath. And we live our life thinking this is all we have. And it is for the body and the mind. It is for the identity. It is for the you, all you have. But what quality, what value has it? When the mind tries to measure the distance between I, the tower, and the outward circle of consciousness, if it has a boundary, an end, where are you? Are you the measurer? Are you the tower of I? Or are you the consciousness that's moving out? Are you the end? Are you the beginning? Are you the light? Are you all these things in one, just pulsating like one pulse beat, one replication of the Big Bang, that echo, bang, boom, 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 forever and ever, or for the time that this bang sees itself out, or the time of this God sees itself out? These are amazing questions. There's not a particular speaker that says this is the way to do it. If that speaker says that, that speaker is speaking through a deluded state of self-experience, through a body and a mind that is only a pertinent quality for a singular I am consciousness, I am the tower, one or the other. I am the journey, I am the light. But you're not. The mind never speaks about I am the whole. I am everywhere but nowhere. Nectarian knowledge. I am nectarian knowledge. I am everywhere like space. There is no speaker speaking about how to do it, where to go. Boring. If it enhances your boredom, great. If it enhances your knowledge, great. If it enhances your information, great. If it enhances your experience, great. If none of these things are taking place, great. It's not about pointing and saying this is how to do it. It is about just being present and allowing things to take place. Words spewing out for no apparent reason, for no apparent listener, from no apparent person. Sometimes the ego wants to get in, and something confuses the listener and confuses the speaker and confuses the body. But it's quickly, swiftly waved aside. No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about anything except that you have been fooled into believing of a systematic way, a process of a human body and its journey, and that this is okay, but that you are the body. Therefore, you will experience a beginning and an end. You are that mind that has based itself on others' ideas of what this is about, and you just replicate and copy and parrot fashion and project these ideas. When things are projected in a nonsensical way, the mind doesn't like that. It feels uncomfortable. It says, no, I don't understand that. That's not what I've been taught. That's not what my teacher said. That's not what religion says. That's not what the books say. That's not what the Bible says. So therefore, I have to ignore this nonsensical talk. And that's great. Because words are only here to be seen through as false, as fake. I love the story about the policeman who confronts the burglar and says, I know you burgled that house. And the burglar says, but you have no evidence. You have no proof. I have an alibi. I was nowhere near the scene. And the policeman says, I know. But there's something about you. I see through you. There's something that you're hiding. There's something that you're not revealing. And these are words. And the speaker's only words that on offer is I. When you see through I, you eliminate the possibility that you are this time body. The body is a time body. You're not the time body. You are living within and out with the time body. You're using this I to see that you are absolutely looking from the tower of I, and it's unlocatable. It's not in the sky. It's not in the planet. It's not within. It's not out with. Everything is within it. And this tower of I pulsates its own light, its own love, its own consciousness. And you are surrounded by love and light and consciousness, inside and outside. And it has no end until the tower of I, God, Source, the Big Bang, fades away into oblivion. And then there's no more. There is an end. There's no more for no thing until God takes another I. Or consciousness exposes itself again as another orgasm, or another bang, another explosion, another intimate moment. We're only here for one moment, one fleeting moment. But this fleeting moment has no time. It's no function. It's no purpose. It's not set out to reveal something on a journey that has been originally planned. It's just happening as it is. And therefore, when you see life as it is, when you see this moment as it is, you become free and liberated. You become that whole I, consciousness, light, journey, way, body, spirit, soul, thing, no thing. And you cannot understand one simple concept, one simple idea, one simple thought. So therefore, you let everything pass through you, within you, out with you. There's no attachment, no association. Because everything outside you and within you is seen with love, seen as love, seen from love. And therefore your life becomes content, becomes placid, peaceful, tranquil. Fluctuations of the ego arise. Fluctuations of the ocean arises. Fluctuations of the rain and the storms arise. Fluctuations of emotional responses arise. But these are just tremors, little, what do you call these things in the water? Little rapids or little movements in the water. And they pass and they come and they go. And I is still here as that consciousness, that way, that light, that journey, that being, that spirit, that soul that encompasses itself unto all one as I. I never comes. I never goes.